Okay, so get this. We are diving into Appletree murders. And,
Oh, this one is good.
right, like you think, okay, fudge shop murder sounds kind of cozy,
Yeah.
but then it takes a hard left. Like, picture this. Granny Smith, the owner, found dead in her shop. Not pretty. But here's the kicker.
Okay.
It's not the fudge that did her in.
No, no, not at all.
And then there's Jonah, our protagonist, local reporter, stumbles onto the scene, and suddenly she's playing detective.
That's the thing about this book. It really flips the script on those classic cozy tropes, like you think you're getting a recipe for disaster, but...
Literally, with the fudge.
Ah, exactly. But it's so much more than that.
So much more. And the setting. Cornwall.
Ah, Cornwall. See, that's what drew me in right away. It's like this character in itself. You know, all that folklore, those ancient legends.
It's like the setting has secrets.
Oh, it definitely does. Gives me chills just thinking about it.
For real. Okay, so listeners, if you're new to this whole shebang, like, cozy usually means it's light, right? But Appletree murders, it throws in a dash of the supernatural. It's like, what do they even call it? Paranormal, but cozy, but also crime.
They call it paranormal cozy crime.
Right, which honestly, I'm here for it. And I think you will be too.
It's the perfect blend, you know? You get the charm, the humor, but with those shivers down your spine.
And the fudge. Don't forget the fudge. Okay, but can we talk about these characters? I mean, Granny Smith is great, don't get me wrong, but
Oh, the others are something else.
seriously, it's like a parade of quirky. We got this bumbling constable, Lucius Fumble, and he's all over the place, convinced Granny's dog Freddy is public enemy #1.
Honestly, Freddie could barely open a bag of kibble, let alone.
I know, right? But then there's Jonah's ex, Alfie. Well-meaning, sure, but about as helpful as...
Let's just say he's not winning any detective awards anytime soon.
And of course we have Alistair. I mean, the talking cat. Come on.
Alistair is the heart of this book, I swear.
Okay, so Alistair, he's not just some free alarm clock, right? This cat's got secrets, like big ones.
Oh, he's got his claws full of secrets, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. We find this handprint in Granny's house, and guess what? Missing a finger.
Okay, stop right there. A missing finger. I mean, talk about a clue that's just begging to be followed.
Yeah.
It's like the author saying, hey, I dare you to ignore this.
Right. And then there's the manuscript, this rare one, and it might be by Daphne du Maurier, you know, the mystery queen herself.
Wait, Daphne du Maurier, like the Rebecca du Maurier?
The one and only.
Okay, that is wild. See, that's what I love about this book. It's like you're following the mystery, right? But then, boom, a literary Easter egg.
Yeah.
And du Maurier, talk about atmosphere, gothic suspense. It's perfect.
It adds this whole other level, right? Like suddenly we're talking about literary legacy and it's all tangled up with this murder. And speaking of tangled, there's that whole family curse thing. I mean, talk about bad blood.
No kidding. It's like the past is reaching out, knocking on the door and saying, hey, remember me.
And it definitely sends chills down your spine.
So we got a murder, a talking cat, maybe a ghost, I'm not saying, but maybe. And then Granny's magical book services, a compendium.
Oh, yeah. That compendium. Now that's what I call a game changer.
Right. Think about it. We have the manuscript whispering secrets, but this compendium is like a whole conversation with magic. And maybe a little danger on the side.
It's like Granny left behind a roadmap. But the question is it a roadmap to the truth? Or to something more sinister?
Ooh, good question. But here's where things get really wild. Granny Smith. Yeah, she's not exactly gone.
Oh, you mean how she's basically Jonah's new tech support from beyond the grave?
You got it. It's like Boo meets Bluetooth. Granny's a ghost with a smartphone, and trust me, she knows how to use it.
Yeah.
Think cryptic texts, voice notes, maybe even the occasional pocket dial from the great beyond.
It's actually brilliant. Like, we're so used to ghosts rattling chains, right? But here's Granny, sending emojis and complaining about bad wifey.
Totally. It's modern ghosting at its finest. But okay, back to the mystery. Granny, she's dropping clues like they're hot, and Jonah, she's following them straight to the edge. Literally. We end up at a cliffside lighthouse, isolated, creepy. You can practically smell the fog rolling in.
Talk about atmospheric. You know something big is about to go down. The author, they nail that sense of suspense, that feeling of being trapped with nowhere to go.
For real. So listeners, what have we learned today? Appletree Murders is not your grandma's cozy mystery. Unless your grandma's got a smartphone and a direct line to the afterlife.
It's got it all, right? Intrigue, humor, a talking cat. What's not to love?
And it makes you think. Like, what would I do if a ghost started blowing up my phone? Would I answer? Would I help them solve their murder?
Right. And what about those family secrets, the things we inherit, the stories we never know? Are they curses? Or are they just, well, life, this book, It gets under your skin.
Totally agree. And that's what we love, right? A story that stays with you. So whether you're a seasoned mystery buff or just craving something different, give Appletree Murderers a shot. Trust us, it's worth it. And hey, you might even learn a thing or two about Cornish pastries along the way.
Just watch out for any ghosts trying to FaceTime you.
Ain't that the truth? Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, happy reading.